just loading now, Marko.
Oh yeah, streaming live.
Streaming live.
I should say, welcome from the British Library.
Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to Tea at 3 with Marko and Lizzie. I can hear it on my phone now. Sorry, everyone, just bear with me. Oh, there we go. My name's Lizzie, and this is Marko.
Hello, everyone.
And we are from the Magna Vitae community team at Magna Vitae, which is based in East Lindsey. So I hope you've got a cup of tea. Marko, have you got a cup of tea?
Sure have. There we are.
So have I. Marko has the periodic table on his tea.
There we are, everybody. Can you see the periodic table?
And I've got grommets. I think that says a lot about us both, doesn't it, Marko?
I think it does.
So basically, we've organised this afternoon just to have a little chat, really. We feel that people are missing having just a chat and listening to me and Marko sometimes take the mick out of each other, sometimes have little chats about fond memories. So it's just an opportunity for us to have a chat, but also for you to comment in the box, let us know that you're here. And also, if you've got anything to add, anything you want to talk about, then we can do that as well. So yes, we hope you enjoy it. Hope you've got a cup of tea, and a cake would be nice, or a biscuit. I feel like that's essential. We can't do that though, because if we were eating and talking, it just wouldn't go very well. So first of all, for those of you that might not know who we are, I'm just going to introduce us. So this is Marko. I feel like this is fun.
Okay.
And Marko works in the community team. And Marko, would you just like to tell us a little bit about what you are, what you do for Magna Vitae?
Definitely. Well, hello everybody. I'm not in the British Library. That is actually my front room. So I do like my books, as you can see. So I work with Lizzie at Magna Vitae for the community health team. And we do lots of different projects, quite diverse. I work on a project called Fitness, Food and Friends, which some of you may have seen me on, and my colleague Erica as well. And that's quite diverse, really. Exercise, cooking, nutrition, Tai Chi, digital skills, wildlife talks, all kinds of things to keep you healthy in terms of mental health and physical health. And I do sporting memories for chaps, so that's men age 50 and over, who obviously have a fondness about sport. So you don't have to be the Leeds World sort of leading expert in sport, but just to have an appreciation of it. Maybe you've played marbles at school, maybe you were in the sports day at school, maybe you've watched...
Marbles is my kind of sport, Marko.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Or maybe you've just been an armchair fan. That's fine as well. And we just have a good chat about things of sport. It sometimes goes off into different rabbit trails about different things. Some of the groups we do on Zoom, some of the groups we do on telephone conference, depending how people can use IT. And yeah, they're the main two ones that I'm involved in at the moment.
Wonderful. Thank you, Marko. Sorry, I wasn't being rude just then. I've just tried to set up the another screen so that I can see your comments and reply at the same time. And it was just taking a moment. So I can see now, I can see who's watching. Well, I can see how many people are watching, but I can't see who. So if you are watching with us today, as always, just drop a little comment in the box so that we know you're here with us. And we can have a little chat. So Marko, that sounds like some very interesting projects that you are working on, working very hard on. Is there anything in the past that you've done that you think, might be interesting to people listening today? Any of your previous projects?
Definitely, yeah. The ones that come to mind straight away are one on feeding memories that you reminded me of actually earlier. Feeding memories, that was for me personally, that was quite a fun project because it involved food and it involved history, nostalgia. And to me, that was a great way. I went around groups, care homes for older people with memory problems, etc. And we just chatted about earlier days, and we did it through the vehicle of food. And let's be honest, everybody likes food, don't they? Particularly because we looked at sweets, chocolates, and I always brought with me things to try, which obviously, as you can imagine, went down really well.
And
so that
all
was
of the, like, all of the props and everything you had for that session
Yeah.
were amazing. Like
we
the
had
old
loads.
tins,
That's right.
the old
Yeah,
chocolates.
exactly. So we had all the Cadbury's old packaging. People could look at it, smell foods and spices I brought, and the amount of stories about rationing, digging for victory, making do and mending. It really brought people alive. A lot of them, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also as well, like food, like you say, it's such an international language, isn't it? Everybody knows, everybody enjoys food, you know.
That's
So
right.
it's something that everyone can talk about, even if you haven't lived in that period of time. You know, we can still talk about I don't know, what I think of when I think of Cadbury's chocolate. It's not exclusive. It doesn't, it kind of allows everyone to join in. So.
And I think also when you go back in time as well, when you have a celebration or a birthday or party, whatever, there's always food. It'll look a bit odd if there was no food. So that brings feel good memories, because if you show a Cadbury's bar from decades ago, they remember all that lovely time. And I think that's, and particularly seaside things, candy floss, 99 flake, ice cream, all of that is a real big hit as well, because again, it reminds you of great days.
Yes, and especially in this area as well. You know, this whole seaside theme is obviously a really good one to choose. Oh, that's fantastic. So Marko, you were telling us as well that you do some nutrition work for Magnavitae. So what was it that kind of sparked your interest in that?
Wow, yeah, nutrition. That goes back quite a long way. Really, from school days, I was always interested in the sciences, hence my sort of nerdy periodic table cup. But really, I think for me personally, I just seem to click with food in terms of studying it. I worked in the labs years ago. I worked in the microbiology. I worked in food development. And then I think from that, it was started to have an understanding of health and food. And it all sort of seemed to snowball in that. That's where it all began, really. And I love just talking to people about it, and if they're struggling a bit with it, how we could maybe help them.
And that's so great as well. And I think a lot of people would say that have met you and worked with you and been a participant in one of your sessions is that you obviously have so much knowledge about nutrition, but that's not, nobody's made to feel guilty about their food and what they eat, and you kind of come across it in such a nice way that it is a celebration, and everyone always feels comfortable. So I think that's really, you know, true to the way.
Very nice of you to say.
No, that's okay, because it shouldn't be, you know, we shouldn't be made to feel bad about eating. It is it's a special.
I think you're right, particularly a lot of people watching will remember when they were young, like I did, and your parents may have said, come on, a few more sprouts yet before you're having that Angel Delight. So I'd be staring at my bowl of Angel Delight thinking, wow, sprouts must be really bad if you've got to tempt me with an Angel Delight to eat them. So the psychology was not great in those days. No. So it's more about getting people to enjoy and not see it as don't eat that, but do eat that. But more, just maybe do a few tweaks. Don't see it as black and white, but just be a little bit more sensible, but more diverse maybe of what you're eating, and trying to do it in a way that people don't switch off.
Yes.
I think they're being told off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think you do that very well. Yes.
Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you very much, Marko.
That's all right.
You're a hard act to follow.
Not at all. You are the hard act to follow, as I always say, everyone.
I don't know. So my name's Lizzie. I also work in the Magnavitae community team with Marko. And at the moment, we're kind of working across all sorts of projects because this pandemic has kind of forced us to, if you like, and that's not probably the right word. Forced isn't the right word. It's allowed us to collaborate a little bit more. So usually I work on the Still Me Dementia Support Project, and you'll often see me with my colleague Erica. And together we deliver that project. She focuses on physical activity and a little bit of nutrition, a little bit of exercise, that kind of thing. And I focus on more arts-based things, so singing, bit of dancing, crafts and things like that. So that's usually how it goes. And still is. So our dementia support project, Still Me, is still running. We are on the phone a lot of the time. We're doing a lot of wellbeing calls, but also wellbeing visits. So if there's anybody watching that knows somebody that might, kind of benefit from that project, then please get in touch. Drop us a little message and we can give them a call. We're here to help. So that's one of the projects that I run. I was also involved in the CHAPS project with Marko, not so much anymore because Marko's doing a fantastic job of running the sport and memory sessions, and also working on another project called All Together, which we're going to talk about that a little bit later. I don't want to bore you with all those words and whatever straight away, but we will talk about that later because we do have a really wonderful opportunity for people out there. And I can just see Sue. Sue's commented saying, "Hi Lizzie and Marko, missing you all." So hello Sue. That's Sue from Skegness, Marko. Sue is one of our wonderful volunteers, and she helps us in Skegness. So yes, we miss you too, Sue, and a big hello to you. So let's stop talking about all those projects and let's talk about Marko. What have you been up to this week? Anything fun?
Right.
Difficult?
So what have I been up to this week? Well, it seems quite a busy week actually we've had, doesn't it? So far.
I agree. Yes.
I think at the moment, because we're doing a lot of new things online, virtually, and setting those up, it seemed quite busy time sorting that out. And for us as well, Lizzie, I'm sure you'll agree that we've had to experience new methods of doing things as well.
Yes.
So it's not always straightforward. We don't just breeze in and think, oh, this is easy, we'll just do that. Erica and I yesterday, we had to learn how to use the Facebook virtual rooms. So it's a school day every day, isn't it? So this week I've been doing some CHAPS, Sport in Memories, little groups together, sport nostalgia. We've been doing some virtual groups with the Alford Community Hub session there with Erica and myself, taking a few tablets out to people, various Zoom meetings. My mind's gone blank a bit now because it all seems like one big.
I know, just while we're on that topic, so with the Alford Hub session, with you and Erica, so that is a fitness, food and friends session.
Yes.
So it involves a little bit of nutrition, a little bit of exercise with Erica, and basically just a chin wag as well. If anybody would like to get in touch about that, then please do send us a message. What I'll do is I'll put our contact details on the comments at the end of this video. But if you want to join in, if you go to Alford Hub on Facebook and like their page, then you will see that session pop up. And it's every Thursday at 2. Is that right, Marko?
It is, yeah. Every Thursday at 2. So all people need to do is they go, once they've joined Alford Hub, they can enter the room, just click on where it says room, look down the rooms and find the one that says fitness, food and friends. So you've got click on it, and then 3, 2, 1, you're in the room.
You're in the room. You're back in the room.
Back in the room. I've heard that somewhere before.
Oh, fabulous. No, that's brilliant. And then with the CHAPS sessions that you've been running as well, Marko, the Sporting Memories ones, how can people get involved with that? Okay.
I think the best thing maybe to do would be to contact us directly. Then I normally just have a little chat to explain what we do. And it also gives us a chance to just think to ourselves, okay, this person's quite into these particular subjects, he might fit in quite well with that group there,
Okay.
and sort of, and then I find they get more out of it.
Yes.
I had a new chap started last week. I popped him in a group where I thought it would work quite well, and
Yeah.
it really has brought him out.
Good.
So, but
Yeah.
yeah, just contact us, and then we'll and they're only about an hour long, so it's nothing to, and you can always drop in and out as you want.
Yeah, so just for anybody that's just joined us and didn't hear Marko talking at the beginning about sport and memories, basically Marko organises weekly quizzes for groups of individuals on the telephone. So it's like a telephone conference, and it's a quiz essentially.
Yeah.
So people can dial in and take part in the quiz. Some of the groups is it about 4 or 5 men, Marko, roughly?
In most groups, there's on average four chaps.
Yeah. So the 4 gentlemen take part in the quiz. Sometimes they know each other already. Sometimes they're strangers and don't know each other either. So whichever works. So if there's anybody you know of, or you might be thinking that's interesting in yourself, then like Marko says, just get in touch with us, and we can get you started on that. Because there's been so many wonderful stories about that project, hasn't there, Marko? This last year.
And I think also
loads of people. Go on, sorry
to butt in.
No.
And I think also it's nice that a few other groups have now become Zoom groups.
Yes.
So we can use a little bit of material to watch as well. And that's also quite nice, because a lot of those people before the lockdown may have not even thought about using Zoom. So
No.
it's nice to see even people who are that bit older have had a go. And
Yes.
And there's some others who have just recently had a tablet, and they've started to learn how to do that. So, but again, don't think because you can't use a computer, you can't join. You can, because there's different ways of we'll do it.
I will just move on just to talk about all together, actually, just while you're talking about that, because that's a good opportunity too, and we'll go back to what we've been up to this week. So basically, if there is anybody watching or someone you may know that would benefit from some additional IT support, so whether that be actually getting a tablet, so like an Amazon tablet, to use the internet on, whether it be that they haven't got any internet at home and they need some, please do get in touch with us, because we have a small budget in which we can help people with that. So yes, please do shout. Again, message us. We'll put our contact details in the comments so that you can see that, because we are able to help people. I went to Mablethorpe yesterday delivering some IT equipment to some individuals in Mablethorpe, and we managed to get a tablet for a gentleman that had recently had his daughter staying with him, and they didn't have any way of doing their homeschooling. So that was one, we were able to help them with a tablet and some internet. And again, many people, Marko, from your sport and memories groups have actually got an Amazon tablet that they can now use.
That's right. And it's quite interesting when you listen to them as well, that yes, it connects them better, but their own little unique reasons as well. Like, I want to do the food shopping, or I'd like to Skype my niece in down south, or you start, and that helps you to understand them better.
Yes.
Of what's going on in their own lives and what they enjoy doing. Someone who wanted to listen to music more, and he thought when he'd been to a friend's house, he'd listened to a device. It obviously was an Alexa. He didn't know it was.
No.
And he'd said to his wife, "Oh, they must cost thousands of pounds." Well, I suppose it's out of the question, isn't it, for us? She says, "Yeah, too right it is." And then I was able to explain, well, you can have something like that. So it actually blew his mind in a positive way. So,
absolutely. And again, if it is it doesn't necessarily have to be an Amazon tablet, like Marko just said. If it's some, reasonable IT support, we can help. So please do get in touch with that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and that is a project funded by the National Lottery Community Fund as well. Just give those a shout out, because we don't just grow this money. It comes from, I wish we could, but we don't. It does come from some really amazing funders. So thank you.
Thank you.
For that. So Marko, what else have you been up to this week? Besides work, anything else?
Okay.
Any nice like teas you've had, anything?
Okay, so doing my regular walks when I can, just keep those steps going on. Done a few with friends, which is always nice. It's a nice way to catch up at a distance, obviously, everybody.
We had a
Following
walk,
rules.
didn't we, Marko, earlier on
We
in the
also
week?
had a walk. I saw Lizzie's dog, Olive, who
Olive.
kept barking at me, everybody. And when I thought we'd made friends at the end of the walk and I bent down to stroke her, she let me know we are not friends yet.
Olive is very fussy. She likes other dogs, but other people she's not so keen on, especially men. So Marko was, it was destined to fail, wasn't it?
Exactly. It certainly was. What else have I been doing? I've been writing a few messages for my church that I deliver sometimes via this kind of virtual setup as well.
Yeah.
So I've been busy doing that because I've been involved in several churches.
How have you found that, Marko? So, like, motivation wise, because I don't know about you, but I feel really this week especially, and I have just moved house, so I don't know whether it is that everything's a bit all over the place, but I haven't been able to motivate myself to do anything like creative or extra than the actual bare minimum that I have to do.
Feeling.
Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. It is hard sometimes. I'm the same. You've got to be in that kind of zone, haven't you?
Yeah.
To be, and one thing I've sort of picked up over the years is if I don't feel like doing it, then leave it and maybe just come back to it in a little while, have a break, go for a walk, do something completely different, phone someone up, do something different, and then sometimes it can click, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's one thing
I butted in then.
No, that's fine. So that's kind of really, in a nutshell, the main things I've been up to. I do contact a few people as well from my church. Obviously, I don't see because it's the same thing. There are a lot of different ages. Some of them can't get out. So I try and do some kind of well-being type calls and just, how are you doing? Is there anything we can help you with? Which obviously appreciated. And then obviously my good neighbour as well. I like to look out for him as he does for me as well. It's nice to have an 82-year-old looking out for you.
I know. It was wonderful to meet him the other day when I went to for a walk with Marko. I bumped into this gentleman that lives next door, and he's a bit of a diamond, isn't he?
He certainly is. He's a jolly chap, and I was knocking a picture into the wall a few weeks ago, everyone, and I never thought, because he told me years ago, if you're ever in trouble and you need my help, knock on the wall X amount of times. The next thing, my phones are ringing and something's happening on the wall. I'm thinking, what's ever going on? Then I realised he thought I was in big trouble. So I've got an 82-year-old looking after me. And there we are.
Oh, how wonderful. Wow, that's it. We need more of your neighbours in the world, don't we, Marko?
Definitely.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, well, it sounds like you've had a good week, all in all.
And what about yours?
Yes, it's been good. So similar to you, I've been out and about delivering IT equipment for people in East Lindsey. Been on some Zoom meetings with various people inside, our team, but also other kind of colleagues and practitioners in East Lindsey, which has been good. We've just moved house, so we've been sorting a lot of that out. Olive's had plenty of walks as well, which she's been very pleased about. We actually had a takeaway last night. We treated ourselves. We went to the ranch in Louth.
Nice.
Other takeaways are available. Ranch aren't paying me to say this. And we had some nice food from there, which was great. What else have we been up to? I've been doing a bit of baking. I made some Rocky Road yesterday. Yeah, I'm going to drop some off with my friend Jim tomorrow.
I thought you were going to say me then.
Oh, Marko, you might do. I'm going to have to now, aren't I?
Sure are. I'll have to make sure it's up to standards for you.
Yeah, you can test it. So that's about it, really, I think.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Anyone watching, have you got anything you want to share with us? Anything exciting you've been up to this week? Anyone had anything out of the ordinary happen? Then just drop us a comment in the box and let us know. Now, Marko, I believe you told me before this call that you had seen something funny today.
Indeed, I did. Now,
Do
I
you
don't
want to
know.
tell us?
People may have already seen this, so I may be the bearer of old news. I don't know. But when I saw it, I thought, that is amazing. And I looked it up on YouTube and it was there as well. So I caught the end of the news and I don't know where it was from, but it was obviously somewhere very snowy.
Okay.
And there were two adult pandas. I don't know if you've seen them.
Oh, we like pandas.
Anyway, these pandas were obviously in their enclosure, and the enclosure sort of went down a very steep hill and round a sort of a corner. And I could not believe what I was seeing. Both pandas were on their backs. They went down head first, with their arms and legs kind of splayed open. And I went, that's incredible. I mean, talk about enjoying themselves. And I'm sure somebody told me they'd seen the longer version where they actually roll down the hill like a Swiss roll as well.
So they were actually sledging then.
They were sledging head
sledging.
first
Oh my
on
goodness.
their backs. Unbelievable. So just type into YouTube pandas sliding in snow or something like that, and you'll really enjoy it. That was so funny.
That's brilliant. Well, the more we develop tea at 3, I'm sure we'll have some little bits that stick, and I think funny stories are going to have to be it. But also, the more savvy Marko and I get with technology, hopefully we'll be able to share little clips like that, so we can show them at tea at 3 rather than just tell you about them.
That'd be good.
But for now, you'll have to just take Marko's word for it.
Everyone go on YouTube now and have a look.
Yes, and go and have a look.
Yes.
So, Marko, do we have anything happening next week that we can tell anyone about? I'm just thinking.
Yeah, we've got the Fitness, Food and Friends just come into my mind. Obviously, this is a fixture now.
Yes.
On Thursday at 2:00.
Yes.
The regular chat session. That's right, yeah. They're the main things, and the Sporting Memories groups. There are other little things dotted around, but mine's just gone blank at the moment.
No, that's okay. We also have Wellbeing Wednesday.
Yes.
On a Wednesday afternoon. So that's with Erica and myself now. It used to be alternate. So we used to do a week of seated dance and then a week of seated exercise and switch. But now we're going into Meridian socially distanced, of course. And we are delivering the session together. So it just seems to work a little bit better somehow. So that's Wednesday at 2, and that's live on Facebook. So you can, on our community page, the one that you're watching now. So yes, you can join in with that. I'm trying to think what else we've got going on.
Yeah.
We have some wider, so Magna Vitae as an organisation, as a charity, we do have other activities going on as well for young people, for children, for, live classes, all that kind of thing, games. I think there's a little disco night at some point as well, with Kenny. So anybody that might find that interesting, if you head to the Magna Vitae page, it's all on there. So yes, there's those bits. Sue's just given us a comment. I'm just gonna see what it says. Sorry, Sue again. So Sue, wonderful. She's let us know what she's been up to this week. So she's been out for a couple of country walks. Very nice. She's done a Zoom singing lesson.
That's interesting.
Wow, I wonder how that goes.
That's a good one.
That's quite tricky, isn't it?
Would you all be I'm assuming everyone is muted so that you don't all get that time lag. I don't know.
All harmonies all over the place. Or I wonder if it was maybe a one-to-one.
Oh yeah, that's true. Interesting one.
Tell us, because we don't know. Was it a group singing or was it a one-to-one? I mean, I think I'd quite like to get involved in a group singing. That sounds quite good. Yeah. A Zoom yoga lesson she's been doing as well. Fabulous. And she's been doing some sketching and cooking so far this week.
Very busy.
So that's very productive, Sue. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Sue.
Sue's put it's a one-on-one with a teacher. So it's a one-to-one singing lesson.
That's really good.
Very good. I would imagine that's quite tricky, though.
I would think so.
Like we've spoken about, haven't we, Marko? How when you're running a Zoom session, how much of your teaching and facilitation relies on people's body language.
It does, yeah.
And Zoom just takes that away, doesn't it?
It's much harder to pick up, I find. Whereas if I'm in a village hall and it's just that human side of it,
Yeah.
it's sort of taken away from you a little bit on Zoom.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, so I wonder how the singing went. Sue, you'll have to let us know
Yeah, that would be
how
interesting.
that was. That sounds really good. So with Tea at 3, it's basically anything that you guys want it to be. So if you want us to talk about a theme, then we can cover many themes. Not very well, but
We'll have a go.
we'll have a go, absolutely. We're also gonna hope to get some special guests as well. So we're going to probably welcome some other people onto the call and maybe do a little bit of an interview. It might be somebody that specialises in, I don't know, I think we spoke about maybe a wildlife trust will probably come in and having a chat with us. Yeah, or maybe somebody that's a little bit more, maybe Erica could come and join us one week and talk about exercise, or some other lifestyle consultants from Magna Vitae as well. So if there's anything that I've just seen Josh Dello, so Josh used to work with us. Sorry, we've got a comment. I should probably have a noise for when we get a comment, shouldn't I? Josh used to work with us in the community team, had a fantastic time with us, delivering all sorts of different community projects. And he's just commented saying UTM, which means up the Mariners. If you are a Grimsby Town fan, that is what it means, isn't it, Marko?
It certainly does, Josh. Mariners, Josh. Well, they are struggling a little bit at the moment, dare I say.
Maybe, Josh, you should join a Sporting Memories group and then you can talk about football there.
Yeah.
So that's Josh. For anyone watching, wondering what UTM means, if you are from Lincolnshire, then it means up the Mariners. So yes, hello, Josh. Nice to see you watching. I hope you're well. Yes, so Tea at 3 can be anything really. So please do get in touch because we can only do what you tell us. We can only adapt if you let us know. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, then please tell us because that's also very helpful as well.
Brilliant.
Do you agree, Marko?
Yeah, it's been a good session. I've enjoyed it.
It's been wonderful.
You've enjoyed your cups of tea as well.
Yes, I think mine's probably got a bit cold now.
Yeah, mine
yes,
has.
Gromit's nose goes black when it's cold.
That's amazing. Because it goes red when it's boiling water.
Yeah, when it's boiling, it's red. Gromit's mug. Gromit's nose, sorry. Yeah. So that's sad, isn't it? I've got a cold cup of tea now, but never mind. It was all worth it.
Sure was.
Fabulous. Okay, everybody. Well, that's it from us. I'm hoping that you are able to watch this later. I mean, I don't know, I'm telling you, because if you're watching it later, it's been and gone, hasn't it? But it should stay on our page anyway to rewind if there's anything you wanted to listen back to about Marko's interesting career in nutrition.
And Lizzie's interesting career in cultural things.
Yes. Then please, yes, rewind, let us know, drop us a comment, and yes.
Great.
So as far as it goes, the next Tea at 3 will be 2 weeks today. But if we feel that we need them more frequently, then maybe we will. If nobody likes it, then we'll see you never again. Who knows? Okay, well, we hope you have a wonderful weekend. And we shall see you very soon.
Okay. Take care, everyone.
Now I have to figure out how to stop this. So I do apologise if it takes a while.